As you might notice, we are finally starting to dial in our video and our audio here. So hopefully things are looking and sounding better for you in this course. Now, this is a really quick lesson just around mindset. And this frame I'm going to teach you is really useful for two reasons. Number one, it's one of the first big filters I apply when I'm working through a recruit, a potential hire, or during the onboarding process of someone that's already been hired. Now, there is a whole separate leadership section of ops where you will learn how to hire, onboard, grow, promote, and fire team members. This is not that section. We are just going to talk about the operational mindset here. So, with that being said, whether you've already got people reaching out to you saying, I want to work for your company, I want to sell your thing, whether you used LinkedIn jobs board, Indeed, to find people, or whether that hasn't started for you yet, which is even better because you can train yourself to think this way before you develop bad habits around recruiting potential team members. The second reason I love this mindset tactic is because it keeps you in an operational frame of mind. It keeps you thinking like an operator so that as you navigate these types of conversations and relationships, you will be much better served by asking yourself this question: can this person replace themselves? Now, that might sound weird, and to explain it, let's foreshadow a little bit and draw out an example organizational chart. Let's say, all right, so the first filter is generally going to be, is this person a potential match for any of the seats I'm trying to fill? Is there but a potential match for any of these seats? Usually a little bit later on in the relationship. Could be onboarding. I'll start thinking, can this person replace themselves? We just learned in the lesson on ops, the four things that ops are: breaking it down, systematizing it, automating it, delegating, and then documenting all of that. That's what I'm asking when I say replace themselves. Because if this is the example person that we're potentially onboarding, I'm going to be asking, can they go here into this circle? And that's going to be dependent upon whether they can replace themselves. Meaning, if they follow the four quadrants of ops, be sad, they will effectively be able to efficiently and profitably find a person, put them into the seat that they were driving, and then learn a new set of skills and responsibilities. And the biggest point we're actually looking at is, in my opinion, open-mindedness, growth-orientedness, ability to change, willingness to change. And as you gain life experience, and you can probably think on people in your life who are very much this way or very much not this way, you begin to develop a sense of, is this person actually expansive and growth-oriented? So that's what it means. Those are the two types of hires. In other words, one type of hire, no matter where they might be, are they able to replace themselves? And look, entrepreneurship is not for everyone. That doesn't mean it's a good or a bad. Let's be very clear about that. If God made everyone to own a business or have a director role or have a management role or whatever, then there wouldn't be anything happening, because you meet people that really, truly love doing specific tasks. There are salespeople that love connecting with people and teaching them and closing them. And that's great. Same thing for finance, same thing for anything. So just because somebody cannot replace themselves doesn't mean in fact, that could be a bonus depending on the role. Sometimes you are looking for someone who can actually go all the way here and run the whole thing, which is called an operator, which we'll dive into in the very next lesson. Someone who could run the whole thing would be an operator. So sometimes we're looking for a very replaceable, capable person. You can do it over and over again. Sometimes we just might be thinking, oh, wonder if they can be the manager, or am I going to have to go find the manager later? So it's not always like the most critical thing, but it is, like I mentioned, an early filter. It does define two types of hires, and it's a great question to ask yourself. By the way, the question of replaceableness is inspired by Ari Meisel. And many of what I have taught you and I'm going to teach you comes from some brilliant mentors and teachers I've had the great, tremendous honor of learning from directly. And all of them will get their goods and shout outs and props and due respect and reverence in the leadership section I mentioned, where we do talk about hiring, onboarding, growing, promoting, and firing talent. So I just wanted to keep this section purely mechanical. Trust me, there's lots of props to be handed out in the leadership section. Take care.